Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the Bargara Bowls Club. We are hosting the Champion of Champions final for the ladies event. Claire Turley, first bowl down. There they are, the sponsors, Bundaberg Regional Council, major sponsor, as is the Bargara Bowls Club and Bioscapes Group. Our other sponsors is Sandhill Sports Club and Ross Gray Motor City. We don't go without them, can't go without the sponsors. And Bowls Queensland sponsors are Mullins More Than Law, the Queensland Government, BCIB Insurance Brokers, ACID Sport, J. Carroll Club Promotions, and of course Bioscapes there at Bowls Queensland as well. And we're here, we've got the lead bowls played on the very first end. And we have a match between Tweed heads, Claire Turley and Lynsey Clarke, playing THURINGOWA, which is Kate Leverton and Wendy Jones. Now it's a repeat of the clubs that played the fours final here 2 days ago, when different team from CLUB TWEED, but they managed to win by one shot against THURINGOWA team, which did have Kate Leverton and Wendy Jones in that team. First bowl from Wendy is the shot. They've done well to get where they are. There's been tough sections, but these two ladies' teams were clearly the best performed. And Lindsay's just gone through with the first one. Our other games, semi-finals, not so much semi-finals, but bronze medals playoffs. The gold medal in the men's is between Capalaba and Algester. Outstanding play 2 days. They won their 6 games by something like 50 plus. Jacob and Kane Nelson are playing Glenn Pitts and Cohen Lifton, as possibly a lot of people predicted that they would be the finalists, as they predicted Lynsey Clarke and Claire Turley, who are last year's winners, going for back-to-back in this event. Is it 3? It's a three-peat they're looking for. Okay. But the bronze medal does have the bronze medal playoffs have a big local contingent, whereas the Waves, which is Paul Kajewski and Timmy Smith, they're in there playing Enoggera, Tom Blasick and Ryan Digby. They've managed to get through to be second in their sections. And the ladies, Bargara's Adele Pursehouse and Connie Rickson, playing Pine Rivers, Linda Mitchell and Sue Brady. Also very well credentialed bowlers we have on the field, and some star matches we have coming up. We're starting to roll in with people watching. Go THURINGOWA, says Bernadette Hay. Same answer from Carmel Kerwin. They're measuring on the first end of the men's game. Kane's put the mat down, so he seemed to think he was going to win that measure. 2. So the Nelsons have jumped out winning the first end. We'll see where they're throwing it. Claire's just drawing the shot, or hoping to touch the jack. She's a little wide. Kicked Lindsay across, but Hard to judge the long and the short, Kurt. You're just coming. Kurt Brown's coming into commentary at the moment. You all set? Afternoon, Kurt.
Hello, Jimmy.
Heard you had a full afternoon commentating with my dear brother.
I did.
That must have been hard work.
No, he's good. He's good.
Well, I know he's been playing for a bit more than 40 years himself. We've got 80-something on you, Kurt. Everything but.
So Kate and Wendy from THURINGOWA Bowling Club.
Yep.
So they've had a good week this week. Silver in the fours, as I said with John yesterday. We're trying to work out whether they won the silver or lost the gold. I wasn't really sure which way to look at it. They were very stiff not to get gold in the fours.
Yes, they were pipped on the post.
The girls, they've been playing very well through their sectional play again, so expecting a bit of a good tussle here, Jim, in this one.
They had a couple of days roll-up.
True. And of course, Claire and Lindsay are going for 3 in a row this year of state champions.
I just said 2 and Robbie straightened me up.
Yeah, back-to-back in Mackay the last couple of years.
And all the local supporters will be over there on the bronze with the Waves. The Waves on one rink in the men's and Bargara on the other rink in the ladies playing for bronze. And Connie Rickson drawing another bowl 2 or 3 inches away to get a fair score for Bargara on the first end. We got enough to take that and that.
A good shot there from Lindsay. Hard shot to play on the carpet, that sort of weight, but she's played it well. I think Claire seems to favour that they're at least 1 down, I think.
She's saying only 1, but it's a fairly long measure. Whoops, nearly an umpire's job already. Just looking from there.
2 shots.
They've sorted it.
Yep, 2 shots to the THURINGOWA ladies. Righto, Jimmy, where's your pick?
You can't pick against Lindsay and Claire,
no.
But saying that, if you had to have a bet at the right odds, you'd be back in THURINGOWA after their 4th day on the carpet.
Yeah, just watching them play over the last 4 days, 3.5 days, they've been very, very steady.
Well, they're playing the final that was on live streaming, but it was a quarter of a rink away, so it's not exactly the same rink they played on 2 days ago in the final of the fours. Actually, they didn't play on the TV rink in that at all. They played over on 13 in the final of the fours because the men's fours was the one on the live rink. I better get myself straight. It was the game between Huey and Timmy Smith that was live streamed in the fours. And first bowl within a foot or so.
Now, obviously, you're on the match committee, Jimmy, for Bowls Queensland, and I did ask the question the other day, and I noticed that it's changed, but I was wondering, was there a reason why the 2 gold medal matches weren't side by side in the fours on Sunday afternoon, like they are now?
They weren't side by side in the fours because both the teams in the gold medal had played on that rink. One of them they played on rink 10 and 14 in the morning, and the only neutral green with the men playing on 9 was there was only one neutral rink for them to play on. As it worked out that those teams that made the final in the fours playing on the 4 rinks on this green. There was one on. I went to the expert Barry Sullivan, who runs the Winter Carnival. I said, I said to him we would be not playing the 2 gold medals side by side. I said I can't put them back on the same rink that one of them just played on, playing a gold medal, and someone's going to trash me for playing the 2 men's games side by side and the 2 ladies' games side by side. So I knew I was going to be trashed, Kurt.
But well, I did get asked the question a few times, and I thought there would be a logical explanation.
That is the answer. It was the only neutral rink that the 2 ladies' 4s hadn't played on in the morning. So I didn't know which one to give the advantage of going straight back on the rink they played on in the morning. So I didn't play them side by side to the men.
Well, there you have it. That's. I knew there would be a reason.
We try to arrange the best matches on the live streaming because our expert tipster Robbie Allen and myself get together and try to figure out those that would be playing in the early rounds on the TV rink, wouldn't be playing there come finals time. We don't always get it right, but we've got it right so far in the last 4 days.
We've got a cracking men's final. Have you got a prediction there for me?
I had a prediction last night.
Well,
I said if the Nelsons play as good as they played yesterday afternoon, that they can't lose. If they play 3/4 as good as they did yesterday afternoon, it'll be a pretty close game. Now, this morning they've come out with a +32. They could afford to lose by 15. All of a sudden they're down 22-5.
Against the Wandai boys?
Against the Wandai Wonders. And at 22-5, the Wandai was going to go to the gold medal. And, of course, the Nelsons figured out that they didn't want to play bronze. And they started their charge. They levelled up on the last end and won the game. Winning the game was a great thing for Timmy Smith because he then got into the bronze playoff instead of the Wandai team with his 2 wins, because he did beat the Wandai team by 1 shot in the first game. So things are very close around all ridges. Your prediction?
Oh, look, it's hard to go past Kane and Jacob, isn't it? Just like I commentated their match yesterday, and they were just...
They were dynamite.
They were dynamite. Absolutely dynamite. And, yeah, look, it's hard to pick, but I'm gonna. If I had to tip
so
anyone, I'd say the Nelsons.
I'll take the odds and I'll get the better odds.
Yeah.
Right? I wouldn't want to be having too much on that the Nelsons wouldn't win this game, but I'm predicting it to be fairly close.
Oh, it'll be a cracking game, which I'm sure this ladies' match will no doubt be the same.
It appears so.
Kate, she's on a fairly good line here. She might have just overcooked the pace a little bit.
Might kick in off that a bit. Not quite.
They've been really impressive, the girls from THURINGOWA. Like I said, the way they've played through the 4s and their sectional and the pairs, they have really, really been impressive.
Yeah, well, the Alan Faulkner being the person that invented the Great Escape, because she had to win the last 5 ends of her first game in the section to win by 1, and then with 4 ends to go she was 9 behind in the grand final and scored 2, 2, 2 and a 4 to win by 1 in the grand final. And if that's not the Great Escape, you'll be able to get that one on trivia night in 10 years' time.
Of course, all the people watching, you can let us know who your tips are for the men's and ladies finals this afternoon. Be interested to see what people are thinking out there of these couple of cracking matches.
We've got 4 people here that have put in go somebody, and they're all THURINGOWA. Have a look on yours, Lance Main.
Michael Bretherton, Algester by 6. There you go. That's his prediction. Seems that Wendy's snuck the shot there with that bowl, so Claire's just indicated to Lynsey they are 1 down with the yellow bowl at 10 o'clock.
There was no fudging of the rinks, Johnny Walker. People were going to play on a neutral green when it came to the finals.
Lynsey's just she needs to get down to the yellow
She had
one.
to touch it.
Oh, she's just missed it.
You had to touch it to join in. Reasonably good shot here. Like, I shouldn't say good shot.
This is a good line out here. She should come back with the right weight. Doesn't want to get the outside of that blue one like that.
Very unlucky. Might have pushed it back to be only 1.
Definitely the most favoured hand yesterday in the men's pairs game that was live streamed yesterday afternoon, Jim. The ditch side seemed to be the favoured hand by the boys.
It's across a quarter of a rink from where it was yesterday.
Does that make it much of a difference?
You need to take your grass on the wide side, on the ditch side.
So Bretho, he's had a bit of a chance here at tipping. So he's gone Algester by 6 and THURINGOWA by 4.
I reckon Tom Waterhouse would be betting a bit of a price about that double.
Robin McAnally, Capella for the men and Tweed for the ladies.
Yeah, he's back in the favourites. Little Nugget said go Capella Bar. We're going to have this. Oh, it's a measure for shot. I was thinking it was a measure for second shot.
We can see there it's one to the Tweed ladies. So both teams have their eyes open early. Always good to get on the board in any game early.
It's best to get on it in the first 8 or 9 ends anyway. Interesting game with Tom and Digby over there. Ryan and Tom against Timmy and Paul Kajewski, PK. A fair bit of talent there.
We see Claire with a nice opener there.
Almost a banger. Just a little shy. Wouldn't complain about that, Skipper, would you?
No, you'd be pretty happy with that one. Don't forget that the singles will be tomorrow, the champion of champion singles.
Just wondering, I just had a bit of a thought then. You still got your Bargara shirt from the Helensvale five-a-side?
Yeah, I do, but it's shrunk over the years.
I'd like to see you get in. I'd like to see you get in it now. Through that. That's what you call a happy home.
Yeah, that's good leading. I touched on this yesterday in the men's pairs game about just giving one of your 2 bowls a chance when you're leading, especially at this level. Jack very rarely stays where it starts.
And we did a bit of accounting one year in Premier League, like 20 years ago, about playing night games on 12-second greens. And
Well played.
Leeds drawing Jack high, how many times that they actually came into the game. They were out of the game by the time the seconds played.
Yeah. And in this sort of calibre, you'd expect that.
Yeah.
That's good leading there from Kate. And then all of a sudden, Claire's bowl's looking very good.
Well, Obviously, it's got to be a good shot to tickle that kitty back to that, but the standard of player, after watching how well the two Tweed girls played yesterday afternoon against Connie and Adele, Timmy Smith reckons he was struggling on rink 6, and I said, well, maybe you've got to get smaller bowls than your size. You use the same size as the two ladies played on rink 6. They kept drawing it within 3 inches all the time. Didn't seem to be much wrong with the rink when they played on it.
You see a great shot there from Lynsey.
You don't expect much different, but really.
No, you don't. As Wendy's got good weight here. She can just hold on. Oh, that's a good shot. Another one past the head.
Yep. 6 bowls already, and you didn't want any of them back. Nick Twining's got a bit of a comment. He'll be at the mixed pairs in Mackay, so I'll have to make his company there in a fortnight's time. Is it a fortnight? 2.5 weeks. $50 all up the double. I reckon it'll be a fair price. Algester by 6 and THURINGOWA by 4. It'll be 100 to 1. But now I look over there and Kane's just drawing a front knocker.
There'd be some effort for Claire and Lynsey if they can win today, as we said before. They're going for 3 in a row.
Well, I think Claire was in a wheelchair or whatever, one of them that they won in Mackay. She had to get wheeled up and down the green.
She was in a moon boot.
Moon boot. She had to get wheeled up and down the green in a wheelchair. You couldn't kick her in the leg to put her off because she was, well...
You break your toe. Let's see, Claire just underplaying that one. I think Kate's just a little bit
runny, a bit like that cheese.
A bit wide or a bit quick, I'm not sure which one.
Just a little bit runny.
I suppose she's probably got to play more weight than not enough, because you've got Lynsey and Claire's bowls just sitting back where the jack is. I guess playing 2 foot of weight's not enough.
Cut your weight down, she said, because they've just put one on the lip. No, fell on its back. It hung on for a while.
I think she's just stuck out there again. She'll stay on the dance floor this time.
I suppose Tuesday is a different day till Sunday because we had more than 200 spectators here on Sunday afternoon.
It was
we were
very
4
busy.
deep each way.
Very busy here over the weekend.
We probably only have 80 or so now, and equally as good a games.
I think Lynsey would assume she'll be a full draw here on the forehand, trying to sneak inside the...
Well, she's not sure.
Yellow ones, or roll Claire's a couple of times. Good weight for it. It's the right idea. I think if you're Wendy here, Jim, I think you've got to play bigger weight than not enough, surely.
We'll find out. It's not a lot of weight.
Yeah, I think she's underdone it, I think.
Wasn't a lot of weight, like maybe not quite Jack Eye. Early in the game, still learning. Getting your eye in.
You see Lynsey putting another one around right about where that Jack's going to finish if Wendy hits that bowl with 2 foot of weight.
Oh, she's only giving it a baby tap just to go back 2 foot. Not far away from doing it.
She's very close to something here.
It's the tap she was looking for, like that.
And right where I said it was going to finish.
Going to get a couple of measures out of this. 2.
All right, well, she should be happy with that. Very lucky to only drop 2 there.
Could have been 4.
Could have been 4 very easily. Four, 2 after 3 to the... Sorry. I think got a little bit of a discrepancy here with the scoring. See Claire just 3 foot short there with the first bowl. That's what I like to see here with Kate as a lead. That first bowl is short, but she hasn't let it worry her and stick to the side that she likes to play. It's very important as a lead. The lead's job isn't to get the shot, but only to build the head. Wise words, wise words. Claire looks like she's made a fair correction. She's still lacking probably 18 inches there.
Nearly got around it. Would have been close had it snuck that one.
So the correct score is 3-2. Tweed leading Thuringowa after 3 ends.
We've sent our erstwhile president round to check our erstwhile director on how he's putting the scoreboard up.
Lynsey will just be trying to drop inside this bowl of Kate's. She's done pretty well.
Kind hand, this backhand coming down here. You're saying they played that a fair bit in the 4s?
Yeah, it seemed to be the preferred hand.
Like that.
And you can see how well it comes with the right weight. It's just lacking a little bit. Yeah, it's a good starter, good sider.
Mark Di Francesi. A long time North representative.
You can see Linny there. Nice correction on her first one.
Makes 2. something to arrive on.
Yeah, Wendy hasn't got to make too much change to her first bowl. It's a little bit tighter line.
She got that little bit off because she'll play it.
She's going to need it. Oh, good effort.
Didn't need much more than that to play a perfect shot. Another foot of weight. Ryan Digby's having a little look at the head, ricocheted around, and still one down. Pitsy's a little bit away with his 2 draw shots there, because that's the furthest away Kane's been, 2'6".
So Wendy's just called Kate there on a nice little arriving shot on the back end, work off Wendy's wing bowl.
Any of them get
that jack back. I'll tell you what, if she can hold on, I think she'll slide away there.
She'll slide up.
Well, might be second shot, I think, that one.
I guess so. Lynsey's calling, get around the back, so she's obviously holding.
Of course, the Tweed ladies won the 4s and a big chance of winning the pairs as well. And of course they're in the state pennant final next weekend with Tweed heads. Should be a big weekend down there.
Quiet week out for Bargara in both the men's and the ladies.
Oh, it's going to make a bit stiff here. Chipped in clear.
Chop that one in for, don't know whether that's 1 or 2. We'd say it's a pretty tight head.
It's always a great weekend, Jim, the state pennant finals there at Tweed Heads. 4 greens buzzing, plenty of spectators.
It does clash awfully with Derby Day at Flemington.
Looking forward to heading down there myself and having a look around the greens.
You're supposed to be having a look around at the players, not the greens.
The players, yes, the players. And of course my club mates, the Kwana girls, they'll be there playing again.
So you'll be neutral, of course.
Of course, yeah, of course.
Probably in neutral maybe, but not very neutral.
Yeah, well, there's certainly no strangers to playing in the state pennant. It's a good bowl here.
We get hold of this one. Tickle.
Oh man,
no tickle.
Geez, that was a good, very stiff there from Wendy. That was a good shot.
Oof.
Perfect weight. Just don't know if it's. Don't actually know how many. Is it 2? Is it 3? Is it 1?
It's not 3. It's
not 3.
1.5.
It's 1.5. Righto. That's the call. 1.5.
We've got one up in the top corner up here, see? Lynsey's going to put another one out there in case when she gets this jack, that it spits out there again.
Well, the only way she can get the jack is off the inside of her own yellow bowl, I think.
It could bounce forward to the other yellow.
All right, she's got to get down here to this yellow bowl, and she's played it well. No change. There they go. Three shots.
It's the biggest
to the
biggest 1.5 I've ever seen.
Of course, years ago, the winner of this event used to head to the national champion of champion pairs, but it's been gone for a long time now, Jim.
Won by a couple of your or my old teammates in Steve McNamee and Jason Andrew Arthur.
Yeah.
And they won the Australian final. They played Nugget in the Queensland final on his own greens at Broadbeach. It's a bit of a turn up to be able to beat Nugget on his own green.
Good start there from
front
Claire.
touch of first bowl. Trailer a foot.
Yes, actually won the national champions when they didn't have a clubhouse or a greens anymore from that club.
No, but they'd paid up. That was late November or whatever it was, and Tantitha was flooded out, didn't exist anymore. They still had the shirts. They still had their membership paid up. Bang, another one somewhere near it.
She's a little bit short this time. It's the old sin as a lead. First bowl toucher, second bowl short.
Yep.
It's a big no-no.
You don't.
Easy to do though.
The selectors don't put the plus on that one.
No tick for that one. Sort of a fair crowd.
Carla Pizzi says hello, Kurt.
Hello, Carla. Just over on the next rink in the men's final. Looks like Cohen and Glenn have picked up a 2, which now should square that game up 4-all. The men's final. Glenn Pitts and Cohen Litfin from Algester playing Kane and Jacob Nelson from Capalaba Bowling Club in Brisbane. Last 3. So just got our selection coordinator, Chris Pavlov, beside me. So she's just informed me that 3 of the 4 players in the men's champion of champion pairs finals have won the champion of champion singles the last 3 years. Of course, Jacob Nelson last year,
yep.
Glenn Pitts the year before, and Cohen Litfin the year before that. But here's 3 of the 4 of them playing for gold now in the pairs.
Cohen couldn't even beat Sheriff in the Australian Open final, where Sheriff had to draw a toucher with his last bowl to stop him.
2 great bowls there from Wendy.
Super bowls.
Yeah, like I said, I've said it a lot of times. I've been very impressed with Wendy over the last 3 or 4 days.
Gary's coaching, I've been told.
Yeah, Gaz's coaching.
Well, actually, I haven't been told that.
Very positive.
I just made that up.
Very positive skipper with her team. You can tell that she's very well respected by the ladies she plays with.
Well, she'd probably have to walk back home if she didn't. It's a long walk back to Townsville.
I think Claire's dropped another one short, which is...
Not far short.
Yeah, short enough.
Just enough.
Which is unlike Claire. We were chatting about this in one of the previous games, Jim, that when you're playing, you know, really, really top players, that And if you play a bowl like that, you always get punished for it.
Yep.
And it looks like Kate's going to punish him for it. Oh no, she's just slid through.
But pretty happy there.
Yeah, it's a good bowl.
And not far off counting, looking at that screen. A little tickle will bring those couple of back bowls into the swim.
Well, the weight's certainly better, but she needs a bit of luck from out there. Righto, Kate. Get another one in the head here. Led very well in the fours, Kate. The weight looks pretty good here if she can navigate Claire's front bowls.
Just cover them in case the kitty comes forward to those three.
Stranger things have happened.
Not much stranger from this position of this head.
Yeah, I think Lynsey's just got to draw the shot on the back end here, Jim.
Hasn't got much else going for it and draw a second shot, if not shot, but she's got a good chance of drawing second shot just by throwing it down the other end by the way she's been playing.
Yeah, it seems to be on a fair line. She should get back from there if her weight's good. Might just be running through, but she's going to land the second.
Like that. Gave it chance B. Had the right track.
No mucking around from Wendy. She straightened the mat and she said, I'm going to draw another one here.
She's not far off drawing another one.
She's played this very well again.
She's got to roll one more time.
Oh, it's great shooting, Wendy.
She doesn't have to roll one more time. That must be an easy hand, eh?
Well, she's making every hand look easy at the moment on every rink she's played on. Beautiful bowl there from Wendy. Lynsey's just got to float in here, beats her own, she gets the shot. Nothing crazy. She's on a good line as well. First part's pointed right where she needs to be.
She up?
Oh, she might just be lacking, I think.
Well, they did sneak to being 4 behind on the scoreboard, and they didn't want to let two players of the calibre of Claire and Lynsey get too far in front of them. Didn't want to draw 4.
So 2 shots there to the Townsville ladies, so 6-4 after 5.
Somebody came up and asked me, apparently this morning's game where the spectators were all out watching Claire and Lynsey play, why Claire got called Duke a few times. And I said, well, I only knew her as Claire Duke when she played for Victoria. She's been Duke a lot longer than she's been Turling. And they said, oh, okay, we understand it now. Apparently Lynsey must have called her Dukey or something a couple of times. I don't know whether that actually happened, but must have for someone to come and...
Oh, I do believe they do all call her that.
Okay.
As Cohen's let a big drive go next door. No excitement.
Well, he hit something near the head, but good start.
Yeah, good start there from Kate. About
foot short. Bargara's got the mat, Adele mat on the 6-foot line. Obviously she's going to throw long by the look of it. And they've got 7-2 in front of Sue Brady at Pine Rivers.
Yeah, you're right there, Pete. We've got a lot of legends here today in this pair's medals matches. Of course, we've touched on the men's pairs, and there's 3 singles winners there, and you have Claire and Lynsey going for 3 in a row. Couple of rinks over in the bronze medal. You've got Sue Brady. Well, Sue's won a lot of champion titles over her years from the Mariba Bowls Club up in Mareeba on the tablelands outside of Cairns.
Playing for Cairns, playing for
Actually, I can still
tropical far north.
I can still remember the year that Sue won both the Australian Champion of Champions singles and pairs.
Okay. No, she knocked up winning things like that.
A legend of the tropical far north bowls world, Sue Brady. Of course, long-time skip for Queensland. Now plays in the over 60s side out of Pine Rivers Bowls Club in North Brisbane, or Moreton Bay District as it's now known.
Yes. Tina Mullins has got some comments here. She needs a smacking. Member of Bargara, Tina. You should be cheering for Bargara, not Pine Rivers. What are we? 3-all on the far game with Timmy Smith and
Ryan Digby, yep.
Ryan. We can't complain about the wind blowing 40 knots at Bargara.
It's a perfect day today in Bargara.
When it blows 40 knots most of the time, as you well know yourself.
No, it's a beautiful day here. Sandhill Sports Club or Bargara Bowls Club. About a 10-minute drive east of the city of Bundaberg.
12 minutes if you get caught at the lights.
12 minutes if you get caught at the lights. Beautiful part of the world, Bargara. Great facility gym now here at the Sandhill Sports Club.
Yeah, we don't get interfered with rain anymore. Someone said, does it rain in through there or rain in through there? No.
No, it's a perfect setup. Beautiful clubhouse for the members to enjoy.
Around that and flop in.
Well, that'll do.
She might as well play a good bowl. You've been on a team. You've been on a team since the kickoff. And
I do like a good underdog, Jimmy.
You were almost predicting the others.
No, I am going to go out on a limb, and I'm tipping the Thuringowa girls to win this title.
Close. Well, what are we going to say there, Robbie? We got a big smile out of Claire and a high five slap. So
I reckon
going on that, I'm going to say they got 2 shots. Tina Mullen did answer that because I know she played with Linda Mitchell in the QRI a couple of weeks ago. They belted Hammer from Brothers Club, one of the leading skips in the area. They got flogged. They only got there for the last few ends. Tina Mullins plays once a year when it's QRI Carnival, and Linda Mitchell has to carry her. She didn't have to carry her that day. They gave one of the leading players in, well, the equal best player in Brothers Club, a bit of a, well, I bet not say a trouncing, but I bet you he felt like it was a trouncing. Amanda Jeffs.
You see Kate here, she's trying to fall inside that bowl at 9 o'clock on the screen.
Close. Like that.
Oh, yeah. I think it's, I didn't actually catch who is holding the shot.
No, nobody's given us a call.
I do believe those 2 bowls at 8 o'clock are both Kate's bowls. So, in any case, there's 1 and 3 here on the head.
I think
Tweed really need to get another one in here. Claire will just be looking to beat that last bowl. She can flop in and touch the jack for 2. Good weight. Perfect weight for the shot. So Wendy's indicated that
one or two.
She thinks, no, it's only 1 down. 1 down, 3 seconds, I believe. So the bowl there at 3 o'clock is Lynsey's bowl, so that's the one Wendy believes is the shot. As you're looking at the screen, 3 o'clock.
Timmy throws the mat, so that can't be good.
I think Claire's probably a little bit too wide for this to get back from out there. Sort of looks like it, I reckon it's probably a backhand shot here for Wendy. Jimmy, what do you reckon?
Well, she played such good shots on it 2 ends ago going that way.
Because I believe she is one down with this bowl here at 3 o'clock as you look at the screen, which in turns means that she would be having 3 seconds.
And she's going to sit that one without hitting the kitty back to the offending bowl, back metre on the line.
But we're playing the forehand. She sees something. I guess you get the same result on the forehand. It's probably a little bit more risky if you're playing to sit the bowl out, which I don't think she is. She's going to just draw the shot, I think.
It's coming now. Roll over Beethoven, draw a toucher.
Oh, well, there you go.
Why not just draw a toucher,
What
Kurt?
a shot. That was a great bowl.
You got to hand in your commentary.
Yeah. I think I'll get out of the commentary box.
Why would she bother playing the forehand if she wasn't going to draw a knocker?
Oh, wow. Won't see a better bowl than that one.
That's when you're throwing them down and they're going in the right place.
Yeah.
See, this rink must be good to play on, easy to play on, because the Nelsons did it yesterday. It's everything like that.
Yeah, that was a great bowl. Great bowl. Top shelf shot there from Wendy Jones. See, Lynsey won't be short. She's going to rumble up here on the back end, hope for a bit of pin action.
Well, she's arriving.
I think she's
they're looking.
Got some contact. Well, she's been a bit stiff there. Hard to tell if it's one.
It's a bowl to play each.
Yeah, still might be a couple to Townsville.
Well, they need a couple to square it up.
Still. Well, just repeat the dose if you're Wendy here. Same bowl, Jim.
Just close your eyes, chuck it down, draw a toucher.
That was a great shot. That was a really, really top shelf shot. Yeah, Lynsey was probably a bit stiff there, really.
She played a good shot.
Yeah, very good bowl. Didn't quite get the angles right.
Be another one of your ends we're talking about where the kitty might move at some stage. Kitty might move at some stage 4 times. And it's still got a chance of moving again here.
Well, she's on similar lines, isn't she? Of course, it's both their bowls coming in there, but she doesn't need to worry about them. She just said, I'm just going to draw another toucher.
Draw a knocker.
Jeez, that's great. Great bowl on Wendy.
That's the easy side, I'd say.
Yeah, that's clearly the easy hand to play.
It's easy for her to play it anyway.
I think Lynsey's got to follow her down now. She can just get a little touch on the jack for 2. You've got Claire's bowl sitting there, 6 o'clock, just behind the jack.
Kane holding 1. Jacob trying to draw a second one. And he's got a bit of room. And he draws a front knocker.
Oh, no, we're not. Righto.
Whoops, and she cleaned it up. 2 down to 2 shots.
That works.
The kitty moved again. That's four times it moved on the last 4 bowls.
Yeah, a little bit fortunate there for Lynsey. She was a bit wide of where she wanted to be, but of course she was a bit stiff with the bowl before, so it all All averages out, Jimmy.
Oh, I didn't realise Cohen had another bowl to play because it was up on the bank. He's got a fair bit of room to draw a second shot now on that game. Got a fair bit of room before he goes in the ditch. How does she go here? She had a touch, her trailed at a foot down there last time.
It's a good start up from Claire.
Nogra's got away from Timmy. 8-3. They scored a 5, I'd say, that end when I saw Timmy throw the mat in the air a bit.
Oh, nice.
They went from 3 all on 5 to 3-8.
Nice opening bowl there from Kate. It's pretty high quality, this match at the moment, Jim.
Well, it's supposed to be.
All four ladies are...
They've won 1,000 games each to get to this position without losing one.
They're all handling the rink quite well. The occasion doesn't seem to be worrying any of them.
Well, do you think that Lynsey and Claire were going to be nervous? And
oh, they say you can't play good unless you've got some nerves, Jim.
Wendy and Kate have been playing up here for 4th game in 4 games of 4s, 4 games of pairs. 4 days roll-up's not too bad. Not much difference between Kate's bowls and Lynsey's bowls. You have to actually remember where they bowled them instead of just looking at the colours. Like, we go back to when everybody had black bowls and you knew exactly where all the bowls were because you thought about it.
You wonder how we ever worked it.
Well, when they first brought them in, I can remember vividly was playing a bloke and there was a bowl 15 foot behind for the deepest backward, and he said, "Who owns the backward?" And it was yellow, and it was the only yellow bowl on the green. And I looked at him and I thought, I might have this bloke outsmarted already. Who owns the bowl? And it was yellow. We didn't have any yellow bowls, but he had a yellow bowl 15 foot behind the head, and he wanted to know who owned it. Yes, the introduction of coloured bowls made you not concentrate on where the bowls were situated, because most of the time we have all different colours.
Now we get to a stage where...
if there's 4 black bowls on the green, we don't know what's going on.
Yeah, you get 2 people with the same coloured bowls now, and it's like, oh, we better keep an eye on this and worrying about this and stickers on that one. And that was a time where everyone had the same coloured bowls.
I think Grubsy played Mark Casey in a state singles final with exactly the same coloured orange bowls. That was confusing.
How could we possibly cope? Good effort there from Claire. She just need another 2 foot of weight there. Her line was pretty good. Let's see, Wendy just letting Kate know to ignore that bowl. Just play the same as your first 2 at the end.
Jimmy Smith wasn't unhappy with that one. He ricocheted into the head and come out with 2 shots. He wasn't so pleased when he lost 5 on the last end. Shot here. Is there a gap?
One shot there to the Thuringowa ladies. Good shot there from Claire, bit unlucky.
Well,
it's one in the head. They needed one in there, so she's done her job.
Got to get to this jack.
This one will change something.
Get to the jack only.
How about the bowl and the jack?
Even
That's
better.
a great bowl there from Kate.
That was,
back to 3.
Was in a very precarious position before that. I've been reading dictionaries lately, Kurt.
What's that mean?
Precarious. It looked like Lynsey would come down and sit that or touch the kitty and make 3 out of it. Now the shot doing that is 15 times harder.
Well, after the last couple of ends, I'm reluctant to comment on what I think they should play. I've got every one of them wrong so far.
I wouldn't worry, I'd keep shooting.
Oh, no, well, I reckon she should, if she was going to whack the last end, I reckon she should whack this one. See if I get this call right. There we go.
We'll have a look.
Yeah, she needs a bit of love. She's a bit tight.
Well, the way Wendy's been playing, she's got 2 goes. If she's not going to cover and going to draw, I would think that she's going to draw one of these 2 bowls into the count.
Oh, the way she's been playing, you'd expect it.
I'll just do a bit of live streaming on our competition game in behind me, 9-8 on 9 ends for our mixed pairs. Seeing as we have the next 2 weekends, most of our Bargara players will be away. A fortnight's time in the 8s at Capella and a week and a half's time at Tweed Heads in men's and ladies. So it's a bit stiff. The games director's having a little trouble getting all these games played. We just opened up
good problem to have, Jimmy. Good problem
opened
to
up
have.
our mixed pairs and got 32 mixed pairs in our club games.
Wow. Really?
32 mixed pairs, 55 in the men's singles. And they say you should you got to get 54 games of singles done for a start before you get the singles beat.
I don't think there'd be any club in Queensland that would achieve those numbers.
There wouldn't be many that beat them by too many anyway. Just having 32 women playing in the mixed pairs would beat most clubs.
Let's see. I know Lynsey's going back to the draw here, I think. Or a little perhaps are actually. I think she's pretty close. If she can hold on.
Pretty good perhaps, huh?
I think the kitties stayed where it was.
Where did you learn perhaps? You must have learned it off in Bundaberg, because that was a Bundaberg call.
Oh, perhaps.
Yep. A half-baked rake with a couple of foot of weight on it.
I prefer the term searcher. Little searcher.
Well, you don't hit them very often. It's like a second cousin to a miracle.
Okay.
It only has to roll around one more. Oh, no, I'd had to get around that one.
I know, yeah, good shooting there. One shot to the ladies from Townsville.
Well, all the scores are approximately the same. I can see an 8-5, 7-5, 7-4, 8-5.
And with that, Jimmy, I am going to leave you be.
Oh, yeah.
And our selection panel, Chris Pavlov's going to join you.
Oh, Chris.
So
come on down. Thank you, Kurt.
no worries, Jimmy. Enjoy the rest of the game.
Bye now. We'll make this reasonably long, this end. Only a metre or so short of the 6 foot line. Certainly won't kill it short. Hello, Chris. Hello, Chrissy.
Good afternoon, Jimmy. My pleasure to be sitting here with one of the best commentators in the business. There we are. Can you hear that better?
That's better.
Okay. Well, what a game we've got here.
Some sort of a game, top line bowls.
Mm-hmm.
I shouldn't have mentioned there's 55 in the single because the bloke that won it has just said he wanted me to say that he won it, really.
Yes.
Warwick Baxter's listening in. Happy birthday.
Thank you. Yes, I was trying to keep it quiet. But
well, it's not very quiet now. Michael Brindle knows. He's told everybody on here.
Yeah, apparently Robbie keeps a list of birthdays.
Has he?
Yeah, yeah.
I have one every Friday night.
Good idea. Well, there's still plenty of room there to draw the shot. I don't think we've seen the shot played yet.
Right. Claire's been playing the other hand.
Mm.
Claire's been playing the other hand. She got forced onto the one she hasn't been playing, where it leaves you an opportunity to make a mistake.
It certainly does. I mean, is there much difference in the hand speed-wise, Jimmy?
This side, when they attempt to stretch the greens, they stretch it about 2 inches, which meant that this side draws about another 18 inches more than the other side.
Right.
But it doesn't take long to learn that. These guys are obviously handling that, except Claire hasn't had a crack down that side yet.
I'm sure she'll be on top of it with the next two. It's another good bowl from Wendy.
Chris Monk, everybody knows it's your birthday now.
Thanks, Chris. Actually, there's quite a few people have a birthday today. Shout out to Aaron Sheriff and young Lily Vardy. Also her birthday today. She won a gold in the Champion of Champion Fours.
What does that make her, 16 or 15?
Oh, at least, yes. Yep.
She was in the under 15s not long ago.
Not long ago. She is over 15 now and one of our young players with a great future in the sport.
Well, I didn't see Max Jaffrey here, and every time I see Lily, I see Max.
Max has done a wonderful job with Lily, taking her on and coaching the juniors at Tweed Heads.
Sue Brady just decided to draw one probably 3 inches away.
Yeah, that's a game that's closing up. At the moment it's 7 to Bargara and 5 to Pine Rivers after 7 ends.
Yep.
Looked as though it would have had good speed on it, that bowl.
Yes, that was going to be... had to evade the traffic, is all it had to do.
So the Thuringowa girls are still holding 2 shots there.
And a bit of room to just come around them. Here she comes. She's having a good look at it.
Mm-hmm.
Little shy. Does it get across in the road? Not quite.
A nice track on that one. Correct her 3 feet on her next, and she'll be in the count.
It might have disappeared by the
It
time she
might
gets
well have
another
done,
game.
particularly with Claire coming in now.
There it goes.
Yeah,
All of a sudden it's disappeared.
it has, and look where it's gone. That could possibly be 2 to the Tweed girls.
You said she might correct on the previous one she played down there. She did correct
She did.
a little.
Yeah.
Heading the right way too, this one.
Mm-hmm.
Needs to roll one more trickle.
Very good bowl. Wendy is signalling shot with that bowl.
Would think it's shot because Jack High is closer on our screens compared to long ways.
Yes, I can't tell necessarily looking at the screen, but looking at what the skip's signalling is the best clue.
Look, well, you cheated.
I did cheat.
If you think they're equal on the screen, you go for the Jack High one.
Okay. I normally ask Robbie if I'm not sure.
And Robbie's going to show you the side on now. That one's a bit over a foot.
Yeah.
When we come over here, that one's over a bit over a bowl. Got most of the local supporters. They're a bit split because the 2 local teams are playing in the bronze and the 2 main games are over here. So they're sort of split between watching the golds or watching the local players.
Yeah, there's quite a few watching those bronze medal matches, watching the Bargara and the Waves teams.
Well, that's what she's Lynsey Clarke for.
That's what she can do.
I'll just give that bowl a pat in, see how many we can make. Could even be 2. I doubt it's 3, but...
What a fair effort that was. So Claire's signalling 1 shot.
She says, come down the backhand and push that one over.
Yes, I don't know how well known these girls from THURINGOWA are, down in the southeast, but they've certainly won everything there is to win up in North Queensland. And I know Wendy Jones has been the North Queensland District Player of the Year on a number of occasions. They have a North Queensland Championships that she does extremely well in. I think has won just about everything there as well. So very, very experienced pair who play a lot of pairs together.
Yes, I think Kate plays with her a lot as well.
Yes, makes a difference playing pairs with, getting a good partner, playing pairs together, getting to know each other's games.
Yes, it's part of the winning formula.
Absolutely. Thanks, Carla.
She attempted to play that shot through that gully onto the
You're doing better than Kurt at working out what shot they're going to play, Jimmy?
Oh, well, Kurt... It appeared that Kurt... But I didn't argue with Kurt when he could do that call, but she just got on the mat, drew the other hand, drew a toucher.
Yes.
I mean, you couldn't... Don't argue with this person with the bowl in the hand. I'll just play between those three bowls and draw a resting toucher. They're going to have to hit one soon. I don't want to get much further behind than that. They're 3 down. Cohen's missed the head with that drive. He's got one more drive in him. Kane said put a blocker 10 foot up the green. Cohen doesn't hit the next drive, it'll be 11-4, and we don't want to give 11-4 to the Nelsons, the way they played yesterday afternoon.
Well, even the way they played this morning, there were 17 shots behind.
And they could afford to lose by 15.
Yes.
At that stage, Wandi was going to the grand final.
Correct.
To play the gold. Fire 2. Took 2 of them out.
Nice bowl there from Kate. Just tucking itself in behind the head there.
Good shot. Only a bit over a foot away from the jack. If you were playing that on a Thursday afternoon social game, you'd nearly write it on the card. And you're playing here in this competition, you're a measure for shot. See if she wants to change hand. Kane Nelson's dropped short. Be 5 inches short.
Yeah, he wouldn't be happy with that, would he?
Well, I think Jacob was getting the chalk ready when it was halfway down.
Yeah, Lynsey gave that a chance. They're always handy behind.
Can't afford too many of them, Glenn. First one behind, second one short. When you're a couple down and a bit behind in the head, something's got to click soon. We cannot let the Nelsons any free rolling.
No, he's given them a good metre around the jack there.
Wendy's in the road of the camera a bit. Robbie will be getting a bit toey.
He'll take his big stick out there.
Oh, it's Kate.
Kate, was it? So are you down at Tweed on the weekend, Jim?
No, I'm not at Tweed. I've got annual holiday for 5 days.
Are you allowed to have a
Well,
holiday?
I'm going to Capalaba the following weekend and Mackay the following weekend. And I went to Bargara this week. Trickled up. I guess they're still holding. That one must be close, but
It must be close, but they haven't really...
They didn't jump up.
Indicate, no.
They didn't jump up and down and cheer. And this one's close. That's a good shot. Whether it gets past, it did get past.
Yeah.
Got through best part of a metre. It'll appear to be a bit sweeter than that for me. I'll put one in that danger area where they've got 4 around the corner. Got a good track again. She get round that one. She got enough weight to get around that one. Maybe, maybe not. Might have had enough weight.
It's interesting actually looking back. It all starts when you change your hand and then trying to find the line and weight on that hand.
When everybody played with super grips and old bowls, you didn't change your hand.
You didn't have to.
You didn't change your hand because your bowls turned. I played one tournament with Barry Worth, who was one of the famous Worths of Kandanga and played many games for Queensland. And we played 6 games where he didn't change his hand at lead. He did his shuffling on the mat, which everybody used to do in those days, and he drew inside a bowl or outside a bowl, and he didn't run into the short bowl in his road in 6 games. And I commented on it from the first game onwards. I took notice of how he, you know, you get to the back corner of the mat on the outside, then up the front on the inside, and do your around or underneath. And he managed to play 6 games without running into one that he was coming round at lead. It was fantastic. It was something that you wrote in your book. Because at one stage there at Kandanga, I think they had 24 members and 8 of them had played for Queensland if they weren't already in the Queensland team, from Normie Hasthorpe and Chubba Dan and all the Worths. Great shot here.
Oh, well done.
Made 3 probably. We'd get to Charlie Hayes and the rest of them involved in it too. The Worths. There was organs. There was droves of them. Remember the old man came home after playing them one time before I played bowls. And great try.
Yep.
Charlie Hayes was playing lead and he killed 10 ends. He killed 10 ends and he was the short one. He said he's only 6'3". He's the short one.
Well, that was a great bowl from Wendy, cutting it back to 1 shot away.
Well, you've come to expect her to play a good shot. She didn't play many bad shots.
She doesn't, no.
What have we got on around the grounds? 9-5, 9-6, 9-4. All with 8 or 9 ends. It's not a mini break or anything, but it's about the same with our 10-5. If we were going to call them favourites, we'd probably say that the 4 favourites are 4 or 5 shots, 3 shots or 4 shots or 5 shots in front.
Yeah, though, I mean, you know, just looking at the quality of the players out there, anything can happen from this point onwards.
Well, it happened this morning with...
it certainly did.
Well, it happened in the... happened in the
Great
fours with
from
Alan Faulkner.
Yes.
Gone twice. Gone. G-A-W-N-E. Gone.
Definitely. And then picking up those shots over the last few ends, and then those 2 sublime bowls by Ellen to add the 2 shots required to pick up the 4.
You've been reading dictionaries too.
Yeah.
Fantastic when she's got, how far do you reckon, 4 or 5 inches to draw those 2 shots in?
That's right, and she did exactly that.
handy bowls there too.
Absolutely.
How you start and end off. She just wanted to get a bit behind. Probably was a foot wider than would have been perfect. Would have been a yard behind. A foot further across would have been
perfect. Yeah.
She's got one where she wanted to get to. I've still got Dunlops. You need a rink gap. That's pretty true. You could always play around the other head here because our green ran 18 seconds when I started to play with super grips. You could play around the neighbouring head if you had to. We're having a chat in the middle of the field. Algester wise at 9-8 after that.
Yes, they picked up a few on that end. Always good to have a regroup and to think about what you're doing.
They must have scored a 4 and need that one to fall down maybe to count. But another close bowl by Wendy. Her problem is that Lynsey is just going to trundle down there and sit on all those or draw a toucher.
Yep.
Bugger. What do you say to that?
Yeah, I think you just applaud it. You certainly come to expect that from Lynsey.
I'll just trundle down there and trail it 1/8 of an inch, just far enough to make sure they mark it, and then they're sure that it actually touched.
Well, I mean, you need to play to spring that out. It's going to be very hard to otherwise draw that off. I can't see how they'd do that.
And just where her first bowl ended, she could sit that down onto the jack.
Oh, yeah?
No, one's touching and one's 2 inches behind. Robbie, oh, there it is.
Yeah.
3 inches behind.
So they're looking at the right touch on Lynsey's. And Claire would be looking, where would that jack go? Bit hard to tell from here whether it's centred, whether it'd go out to the right or the left.
At least
of
we
the
know
head.
that it's not going straight back to that one of Lynsey's. It's a metre behind
It's certainly
where it was going before.
Certainly not doing that.
Round we go, round back here somewhere. Where Robbie's going to tell Wendy to get out of the road, only she's sidestepping him. Okay, this has got some idea of giving that a bump. Doesn't have to give it much of a bump.
Yeah.
Bump like that. And I went with it.
Well, at least it's out now.
Good shot. You had to give a crack an egg on it. She cracked an egg on it. Anne-Marie, I am back. Watching from Jandowie. Mr. Campbell, haven't seen you for a while.
Hi, Anne-Marie. Played a few games with Anne-Marie.
Did you?
Yeah.
I won a couple of Premier Leagues with Anne-Marie.
Lovely.
Memorable last one I played at not Bribey Island, but have a look at one of my shirts.
That's come into a good home there.
On Beachmere.
Oh, yes.
Played our finals at Beachmere one year.
So Wendy's looking to pop it out or roll Kate in.
Flop on her back.
Flop on herself, yeah.
Which is shot, I think. We'll find out. Claire's going to tell us. No, she's not going to tell us.
Certain.
Lindsay's going to go up and decide for herself.
Yeah, that other view of Robbie's shows the distance there between the yellow bowl and the jack.
Yeah. Yellow clearly, I reckon. Or perhaps clearly mightn't be the right word.
I think Lindsay's looking at playing onto that front yellow bowl. She's got a few catches
She'll
behind.
tap it
back. Or maybe the other option.
Well, she's got that one across to get the jack, or that one there. She's still not sure who's got shot. Brian Pearce, two very experienced players here, ex-Australian players, are still... Yeah. And Keith Pickett watching from Narooma.
Beautiful Narooma down on the south coast of New South Wales.
Is that right?
Absolutely.
Somewhere down near Tarthra and those places.
That's right.
Bega.
Not as far south as Bega, I don't think.
It's a little under speed.
Now, what do these girls think?
We're going to try and figure out who's got shot for a start. And if they haven't got shot, it's almost impossible to get out of it.
I was going to say, would you play it? I mean, it's fraught with danger.
Only a few times I've ever accepted one down as without playing your last bowl.
Wendy's going to play it. She must be looking.
I can't see. I can't see it.
Draw.
Those bowls are just behind there that are against her.
Oh, she's backing herself.
I think that's enough weight to hit the head. And she's hit something.
Well, that's ensured shot.
Oh, she pointed at she gave a little point to the sky. She must have been down playing it.
Yes, she must have felt that she was down.
Hey, you and I are on the same thing as Kurt now. We couldn't possibly see how she was going to get shot out of that.
No.
It was easy. She just got on the mat and threw it down and got the shot. Don't have to overthink it.
Oh, you're absolutely right.
Timmy's a 10-6 behind. Adele and Connie are 10-6 in front. 9-8, and I got no idea where the jack is on the men's final. We've got 10-6, 10-6 and 10-6 for 3 of the games. And a little 9-8 in there.
You think the jack's in the ditch? Over on the Nelson.
Obviously it is.
Litvin with
No wonder I couldn't find it in the head.
Yeah. So that puts the Algester crew in front by 1 shot. Looks like a little change of length here for the THURINGOWA team. The mat further back and up to the tee.
Well, they had a discussion about it.
Mm.
Evan O'Rourke. Don't think, just do it. He is the Wandai Wonder.
Yes.
All the others are only Wandai Wonders. He's the wonder. I did see his old man here yesterday. I don't know whether he's still here.
Yeah, Evans played his way through to quite a few of these state champion of champion finals.
Michael Flanagan from Cannon Hill. Was a bit busy, so I didn't get a look at this morning's games, unfortunately. Well, that was Pitsy and Cohen playing against Tommy Blasick and Ryan Digby, which is a very high-class game too. You can go back and watch it. And
nice bowl from Claire.
The Algester boys have changed the length that Kane has been caning them on.
Mm.
I wonder what happened this morning. They got too far in front, Evan. They had to win by 16 and they got 17 in front. Not too many people get 17 in front of the Nelsons at 22-5. Maybe they were a bit complacent, the fact that they could afford to lose a game by 15, that they haven't lost a game by 15 in the last 4 years.
That's right.
And the opposition was serving it up to them.
The Wandai boys played very, very well. A lot of good draw bowls.
Yep.
A lot of bowls in the head.
Have a look at the head over there in the ladies' bronze.
Absolutely packed.
There's 5 bowls within. There's three bowls within a bowl, 2 touching, 4 others within a foot and a couple 18 inches away. Well, need a good one out of Wendy here. She just got on the wrong edge of that shot bowl to cut it across a bit. Has to hit something.
Just under again.
Just got far enough away to not make a target. Add to the
Finished
team.
in a good spot there too.
Add for the team. Well, we're 10 ends in. We're sort of halfway. Just want to draw a shot, a second shot, something in the head. Not quite up by the look of it. Didn't have to go much more to have saved some. quite a few bowls played in that same spot 2 ends ago or 4 ends ago.
Yes.
Just that little yard short on that backhand side. Yard short and across a foot. There was a
That
bunch
looks
of
like
them
a
there.
better track coming in for Kate. How's the speed?
Pretty good. Pretty good, but
Yeah. Well, let's cut some out.
two and a half. Had another half. 4 and a half. 4 and a quarter. This one on the left hand side at 7 o'clock mightn't be in. But we figured out that Claire's got 4 shots.
I'm sure Wendy would be looking at trying to drop in on that wing bowl, drop inside that for second shot.
Might just draw a shot.
And she might, yeah.
Got a bit of pace by the look of it. Well, that wasn't particularly a draw shot.
Lindsay's looking to give that a roll in, nearly.
Bit of a Reg Gasnier's turning point here. She's got to draw one, or she's got a bit better speed by the look of it. Travelling.
This could be a defining point in the game.
Reg Gasnier's turning point. The end when they didn't draw one. Only end up till now that they haven't drawn one close. For Team THURINGOWA, I mean. We're not going to say that Claire hasn't drawn some close.
Lindsay with a free hit there.
Maybe.
Maybe.
We kick 4 out and start thinking about it. That's going to make 14-6, possibly 15-6.
Was that 4 signal?
4 only. New leader again in the men's game. 2 to Capella to go 1 in front. So you played with Anne-Marie in state games?
Not in state games, but we belong to the same district, and we played in some of the local district games together.
Okay. So she was Tweed.
Yes. And I was Broadbeach. Or
Okay.
I still am Broadbeach.
Yeah.
Well, that's a great start from Kate after losing 4 on the previous end to steady herself, come back and draw a front toucher.
Didn't upset her losing 4.
No.
It's what can do, but You've got to get back into it after you lose a number. You don't do another one straight after it, or you can get ready for home.
Exactly.
And Claire's got 2 foot away.
So I guess Kate's looking to try and get something behind here.
Rolls around another roll, it'll
Yep.
be 2.
Look at that. 2 great shots.
She wished she drew them last end.
Yes.
One of them last end.
Well,
One of them this end, one of them last end.
That's right.
I'm just showing you what I'm going to do soon.
Yes. So is Wendy looking to get behind or to try and change up that head? Making it a target a bit bigger?
Yeah, yes and no, but it's going to go backwards, I think, very shortly.
It is.
Turning a bit, turning a bit.
No, I think Wendy needs to get behind now. Much easier to do it while you've got a free run to get behind.
She's not behind. She's going to sit that jack high ball.
Oh, what would I know?
Well, on your team, but that was that.
Oh.
That wasn't. You put them behind to make them think about playing a different weight.
Correct.
Put another different think in their head. Because that's just too inviting like it is. Even though it's a toucher.
Yeah, Lynsey's got a shot back up near the tee there.
Yes, she's got one back there waiting for it. Christabel.
Ah, I know who that is. That would be Melissa Roberts.
Well, it's only Mel Robbo on here, but I guess you know what we're talking about. And Barbara Austin's watching from Cyprus.
Oh.
Well, we're going behind this time.
I think we need to. You need to get right back to the tee at the weight they're playing at it. So Lynsey's changed the call now that she's only got one in the head. It's an opportunity to get a second shot in there.
Well, we don't know what that did.
2 down, maybe 3.
Maybe 4.
Maybe.
We'll get up in the corner shortly. Oh, it's 3 anyway. Possibly 4. And that tempted backward was a very backward. Lynsey's saying, if I hit that, it can't go out of the head. Using the word can't. Shouldn't.
On the forehand it shouldn't.
Shouldn't.
And Lynsey's actually got 2 bowls back up, either jack high or behind the tee. She's got Claire over on near the peg.
3 out of 4 bowls. Only one different is hiding behind Claire's foot. She can kick that one back when no one's looking.
Yeah.
Toucher went all the way with it. How far is all the way? Oh, the run-up bowl stayed on. Stayed in the sunshine. Haven't got 4 anymore. It's out there. Roll over one more time, it'll be shot. Oh, it's not up quite. I favour.
Yep, Claire's uncertain but favours they have got shot.
1 to Tweed. Anne Marie, how many times did we get runner up?
That's right. We used to play the Gold Coast Winter Carnival together.
Okay.
Back in the day.
Righto, well, Cowan Lifton's got a good shot on here, but it's not going to be that easy to play it. He's got a couple on the lip of the ditch and he's got half a kitty he can see. Lynsey's got some grass going for her. She got a bit of ditch going for her.
Yeah.
She just fell in. Wasn't a very good shot, Cohen. I thought you would play a bit more weight than that.
He's still got another bowl there. He might play a bit firmer at it next time.
Oh, Wendy's got one up her sleeve.
Yes.
Oh, I thought that was it. Vince Calabrese watching from St John's Park. He's a pretty regular viewer. Bargara got a bit of a creep in the ladies' bronze. 15-6.
Yeah, they've certainly jumped ahead there. Yes, Anne-Marie, how many times did we have a go at it? Making the final and not just going down.
This nearly stopped. No, not yet. Now we'll do all this measuring. Measure across the sunlight.
Bit dangerous holding your cloth and going in on top of the
umpire. Oops.
No.
No. I thought I heard something. Must be ringing in my ears.
I thought I heard the call, but maybe not for
Might have been called umpire and picked up the jack.
So 15-6 now to Tweed Heads.
It's a little bit better weight. Cohen's played this time. Doesn't like it, but only because he missed by about a metre.
Good start from Claire.
She's had that backhand going that way under control, where she drew 4 last time, and a touch of the time before, and a touch or a few ends before that going that way.
Oh, hi Rosie. Thank you. Rosie Dickerson, a bowl's tragic, like a lot of us, and a lovely New Zealander who her and her husband would come over each year during the winter.
There was a Dickerson. There was a Dickerson from New Zealand that came over and played against. Got to try and remember his first name.
Ian.
Yeah.
It's a little more run on this one. Capalaba have jumped out to a 2-shot lead. It's broken that run of seesawing run of 1 up, 1 down.
Jimmy Smith making a fine figure of a man there with that beard on it. He might be able to scare a few things coming up to the 31st of October. Hope he doesn't go around trick or treating when it's Halloween in a couple of days' time.
It is. Oh, great attempt by Wendy.
They're all jumping on this birthday thing, hey?
Oh my goodness. Thanks, Delia. Hi, Robin. Yeah, great games. It's just been extraordinary the last couple of days here, watching these players.
Here comes Lynsey.
Yeah. Good bowl, Linny.
Well, that's asking someone to trail it off those two. And here she comes. Might just draw it. Might just... Well, can't say she didn't try and trail it off those two.
No, it just seems a hard shot to play, that little trail, a metre over.
Yeah. A perhaps, as Kurt actually mentioned.
He did call it that.
That's what we used to, that's what it was known at in the Bundaberg district 30 or 40 years ago when you played that shot. And you played it with turning bowls, which made it much more perhaps than the tight bowls we have in this day and age. It wasn't in the equations on the New Zealand greens that Robbie played on. You didn't play any of those stupid shots with 6 and 8 foot of weight on a bit of cotula. A bit of cotula running 22 or 23.
Well, did you have starweed, Robbie? What did they... Yeah? Yes. And the more you water it, the faster it runs.
Fair attempt. Was thinking of touching the kitty. As soon as she thought of touching the kitty, she was across the line. Whoops.
Oh dear.
Well, we marked that down as a mistake for Claire. She doesn't do many.
No, not at all.
That's a blank page for mistakes for Claire up till now. Brian Pearce says Ian Dickinson was a great New Zealand bowler in the 90s at South Tweed. Yep, that's where I ran into him. And there's another set of Tweed supporters.
Oh, Anthea. Yep, she's a true blue Tweed supporter. Lovely lady. Good to see the people getting behind the players out here.
Hasn't missed yet. Might stop. Got a trail at a foot. Has Robbie ever tried curling coming from the deep south? I bet he has. Even I've done some curling. I only did it at the building, not out on the lake. Oh, we don't go near lakes. Come on.
Don't they do curling at Boondall? When they put the ice rink in?
I've heard they do.
Yeah. This looks like a very good bowl from Lynsey. Could end up with a couple here.
Get out of that, Wendy, she said. 1.5. Well, it's arriving. What's it arriving on? The gap. Looks like 2. Wasn't looking, I was looking over at...
I was looking at the screen.
What was happening? It's gone 1 on the scoreboard. Not bad scoreboards, they're not too bright. The way they're away from the back of the green a bit.
Absolutely, and it just makes it very clear for us and for all the spectators here. You can see exactly what's happening on each rink, and shout out to Bargara for providing scoreboard attendance on each of the rinks in play, and that was all through the championship so far, even through the sectional rounds. Good start here.
Strangely enough, Claire's gone and drawn a knocker with her first bowl. I would think yesterday over here on rink 6 that they were talking about, I would think there was 5 or 6 ends when Claire had both her lead bowls within 6 inches.
She did.
Like, it wasn't that she drew 1 on it and 1 behind. She drew 1 on it and then she drew another 1 on it.
Well, Claire was a member of the Jackaroos for many years. I know she got a silver medal at the Com Games. Was that in India?
Could have been. She was here in 2010 when we played the Trans-Tasman Test Australia-New Zealand here in 2010 because we had the same carpet we were going to play on in India.
Yep.
That's the famous one when Karen Murphy was overlooked to make her 4th or 5th, whatever it was,
That's
Commonwealth
right.
Games in a row.
Oh my goodness.
That's what it was famous for. (2010), it's 14 years ago. Jeez. Only seems like yesterday. I can see the grandstand. I can see the grandstand running across there. I'm not too sure how many that is. They didn't indicate much. A couple to Capella, I'm thinking. Might already be on the board. It is already on the board. That was some sort of a thing because it ended up, the men were 6 matches all, and it was a count back on sets, I guess we were playing then.
It was sets play then.
And
yes.
the ladies were 6 matches all and a count back on sets.
Wow.
Cost us $60,000 to have the 6 days of TV on ABC.
Wow.
You would have thought I had to find 60,000 sponsorship for that. You would have thought the ABC might have come here for nothing.
Because certainly there's the onus on stations like the ABC to provide a certain percentage of local content in their programming, but so back in those days it was obviously, I wouldn't call it user pays, but certainly if you wanted it televised, you had to put the money up for it.
We brought a commentator's box, air conditioned from, I don't know, it was halfway down to Brisbane. It came up on a thing. Shuey talked about it for about 2 years, about having this air conditioned commentator box 15 foot in the air overlooking the top because they make those balls 2.8 metres around, around the thing, so he was high enough to be able to see over the top of the 2.8 metres and see the bowls inside the 6 foot line.
Wow.
We should have kept it for this one. Should have kept it here for 14 years.
Yes. Yep, good bowl there from Kate, just moving that bowl of Wendy's closer into the head. Well, I know even now, I mean, it costs Bowls Australia to have the Australian Open and those events televised by KO, Fox Sports. It's all contracted out to private companies to do that.
Well, it's another one that didn't quite work. It was a good shot.
Changed it up a bit. So Kate's got 2 bowls there at the back now. Lynsey's got the 2 bowls behind the jack.
We had, going back to that Trans-Tasman, we waited till we get this end out of the road before I get back to there. What year did he rip his shirt off? 2006.
That was down in Melbourne.
Yep. Nearly to Melbourne anyway. Where that? Tarabeen.
Darebin.
Something like that. It was 2 weeks before I took the state team to Darwin to win undefeated. What a great trip that was. Kelvin seemed to think that he'd done enough for bowls, winning the gold medal of the singles a fortnight, 10 days before.
Yeah.
He hadn't really sobered up much till he got to Darwin.
And that was the year Lynsey and Karen Murphy also got the gold medal in the pairs.
Yep.
And our triples, Bill Cornell's and Wayne Turley and Mark Casey.
Yep. And Billy played second for Kelvin in that particular thing in Darwin.
Was that at Nightcliff or Darwin?
Yep. No, it was at Nightcliff. They had a goanna out the back green. I reckon it was, with the tail on it, was 15 foot long.
It was a crocodile.
It was the same size as a crocodile. Its body was 7 foot long and it had this enormous tail swishing around. It was a goanna.
Goodness.
Just has to drop now. Oh, a little safe.
Yeah.
No, that particular Trans-Tasman test, we had 3 Dale's carpet greens that they were playing on Dale's carpet in India, and Alan Berry, being the boss, was here, and he said, I want some pictures taken from the air. I said, yeah, good. He said, can you get us a helicopter? And I said, what are you talking about? He said, just get a helicopter and take some pictures from the air. I said, serious? He said, yeah. I said, what about the cost? He said, don't worry about the cost, just get it. So I rang up. The closest I could get a helicopter was Harvey Bay. And they had to fly a helicopter to Harvey Bay. And when they got halfway here, they found out that they couldn't land. And I had to go to the council that was one of our sponsors. They wouldn't let them land in town because they were Harvey Bay, and had to land it at the soccer field down here at Bargara. Anyway, the ABC blokes wanted to get up and go with them and take some pictures. I said, what about your cameras? Said, the only cameras we got are all on a cord. We haven't got any carry-round cameras. They're all connected on a cord. I said, you're going to have a pretty long cord if you're going to go up in a helicopter and take some pictures.
Oh, dear.
And that was, just get me a helicopter. I seriously thought he was joking. I don't know what it cost, but it couldn't have possibly been cheap.
My goodness, you look at the technology these days, and with the drone shots they can use, and fantastic.
It was great pictures. It was great pictures, and they put it through their advertising for their greens, obviously. And everything seemed to work. The helicopter went home.
Yeah.
I didn't know how much it cost. Didn't affect me much. And we had some fantastic games.
So Timmy Smith is closed up to within 3 shots.
Oh,
over there.
Cohen just went through a aperture that he probably wouldn't be happy about. He was going to make 3 or 4 shots with a touch on it.
Well, the leads have left plenty of room for the skips on this end.
Well, who was I commentating with it? Comment on those bowls that are a bit behind the head. Oh.
Yep, that's a bit closer.
Well, we were expecting that. We were expecting to get at least that close, probably.
Yes.
Jack.
Very nicely done.
That's why she's Lynsey.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I used to have trouble not calling her Armitage sometimes, especially seeing as Mum's been here.
Yeah, Teresa's
Been here for 4 days.
supporting her, yeah. Great supporter, Teresa. In fact, I asked Lynsey down at the Australian Sides, where's Mum? But somebody had to stay home and babysit the kids.
I see B was rolling up over there before for a singles tomorrow with
Yes.
little B lying on the side of the green.
Yes.
So she's got bowling and childminding duties.
She does. I think her dad's coming over tomorrow.
He'll be here.
Yeah.
Wouldn't be able to stop him.
No, there's some great matchups happening tomorrow too.
I haven't got them exactly in front of me, but I have a fair
Yeah.
idea.
Yeah, I've got the names. I just haven't got in front of me who's playing who or who's in what section.
I know the men back to front because there's a bye in there, so
There is a bye.
I've had to be looking out for that. The section in the men's is Wilkie, Pitts, Hammond and Armstrong. So we call that a section.
Yeah, I was talking to Brett earlier. He said it wasn't an easy section there. Now, I believe Brett has won the Champion of Champions singles previously.
Would have had to.
Would have had to. So has Glenn Pitts.
Yep. I think Grinder he pointed to 3 or 4 that he'd been runner-up to.
Yes. Yeah.
This one's coming in for 2. Out there a bit.
No, I don't think any of our ladies have won the Champion of Champions singles previously. Certainly Bolivia's won state singles.
No, I don't think any. Oh, here we go.
Oh, Robbie's got it all in front of him. He's got all the stats.
Cassandra won it in 16.
Mm-hmm.
Couple of Chloe's, Julia Brown.
Julia Brown, you know.
That's Janelle Brown.
Mm-hmm.
Geez, we are going back there a bit, some of them.
Chloe's won it twice. Lindsay's won it at least twice.
Sue Brady, 04.
She's won it a few
05.
times. Yes.
Marilyn a couple of times. Lindsay, 10. Sue Brady
So
again
Lindsay's
in
won
11.
it 3 times, has she?
And she's got 1 on that page. 2. 2.
2, is it? Chloe's won it 3 times.
Muncher in 05.
Oh, well done. Good bowl from Wendy there.
Great shot. She needed that too.
Yes.
This time of the game. We're moving into the crunch part.
Yes, Brett's won it Brett Wilkie in 2010. Oh, shot from Lynsey.
Didn't want that one to stay there much longer, did she?
Must be, what, 3 or 4?
Yeah, come on, I haven't got one of those ones. You're privileged to have one of those. You make it yourself. How many are counting there, you think?
At least 4.
It's a shoes and socks job here. This one has to be good, or it's going to take a bit of sass out of this game. Inside that, cutting some out.
Yep. Oh, fantastic. Very good effort.
Still a couple, I guess. One to play.
Well, the Bargara girls have really jumped out on Pine Rivers at this stage. 11 shots ahead after 15 ends.
We'll give Linda Mitchell something to do next week when she's been part of the match committee running the pennants instead of playing out there at the moment. She's doing bugger all work for the match committee by participating in a bronze medal playoff.
That was 3 shots to Tweed heads.
Glenn Pitts is in the other section. Sorry about that, Grinder. I got one of those calls wrong with Pitts being in the other section.
Oh, okay.
He's got Timmy's in that section with
Tim's.
Timmy Armstrong, Hammond and Wilkie.
Okay.
You only say wrong things so you can get straightened up.
Well, it lets you know someone's listening.
Oh, they're all listening. They pay out on me as soon as I get off.
But gee, what a great facility here at Bargara Club. Beautiful facilities inside the club there, nice and air conditioned.
We sook a bit when we've got to go and play in the sun or
sure
the rain.
Sure you do. You're spoiled.
Clearly. We understand it's poor. We understand we're spoiled. We don't have to get told.
So you've been organising the markers for the...
I've had my left-hand man or right-hand man, Mark Winter, doing that. He's been marshalling them. He's gave them training. He's clipped them around the ears if they do something wrong. Mark's done a marvellous job of it.
Oh, good. Yeah, clubs don't work well for events like these without a good volunteer base.
Oh, well, I don't know how many he's got running. Obviously, he's got at least eight doing the scoreboards each game, and he's been trying to change them around so they don't do too many in a row.
Yes.
Plus he's umpiring.
Are you having scoreboard attendance as well as markers? Or
Yep.
Yep, that's great. I mean, whenever I mark a game, it's a luxury to have someone on the scoreboard for you. It keeps you on the green.
We've got markers and scoreboard attendance per each game of the 8 games, so that's 16 of them going 3 times tomorrow. So there's 48. How many he's got doubled up, I'm not too sure. But I've left that to him. I'm not interfering in that sort of side of things. I can leave it to Mark and not worry about it.
Well done, Lynsey.
Steve Merrill says, Grinder, you were there. You could have gone and told him. He couldn't walk this far.
Oh, Wendy. What a bowl.
It made a fair bit of difference to this head. Tucked it in against those 2 touching.
Right.
Robbie's going to squiggle around and get us a bit of a look at it in that left-hand corner.
Yeah.
You better get it up there quick before Lynsey gets it. I mean, she touches the edge of that.
Yes.
No, she needed a feather. She needed a feather off the bowl first.
Is it still shot? It's a little hard to tell. It looks like it is from Robbie's little picture in the top left.
Well, it's 3, isn't it? Well, it might only be 2.
I think it's 1.
Oh, that's righto. Kenny Mays is only 4 in front on 17 ends in the Bargara.
Is that a championship game,
Yeah.
Jim?
Yes. It's not a final. But seeing as no one can play in the next 2 weekends because they're playing pennants and whatever, we've got to get some games
You've got
played.
to do it, don't you?
Or we won't have it finished by presentation night. Claire's not going to the head. She's going to do what Lindsay asked her.
Yes, Anne-Marie, sounds great. We might just see you back at Tweed Heads next year. Oh, that changed things up a little bit.
Got the shot out of it.
Still, yeah.
How long will grass greens last? Good question, Brian Pearce. First thing about having carpet greens is you've got to have a roof or some sort of shading.
It's a significant investment to change over.
The needs a little scratch. The heat in the ground doesn't dissipate into the earth like it does in grass greens where you're into the dirt. On carpet greens with no shading, the temperature is, well...
It would be unbearable here without some type of cover.
In our January tournament one time, this bloke had a new pair of bowl shoes on, and we only had 2 greens with shade on them out of our 3 greens. He was on the 3rd green and he was walking along and he said, "Oh, this is getting hot." He looked back and the glue in his new bowl shoes had melted and the soles of his shoes came off. He was walking along with the tops of the shoes and his socks on.
Oh my goodness.
He melted a new pair of bowl shoes. Yes, grass greens, we're not quite the same as it was in the old days when everybody had grass and everybody had greenkeepers that had the greens running at 16 and 17 seconds. We don't have too many grass greens running 16, 17 seconds. It's a great thing to find one. Our greenkeepers aren't quite the greenkeepers of the old ages.
They're certainly not.
Without too much disrespect to our greenkeepers.
Though I must give a shout out to our Broadbeach greenkeepers. We have probably some of the best greenkeepers in Australia who put in a lot of work on the greens at Broadbeach to keep them in good condition and running well throughout the year.
With the traffic you have on.
Oh, yeah. They do suffer from
traffic.
The amount of wear, the traffic that we have on there.
To have 2 or 3 greens, how many you have running at 13 or 14 seconds is no problem at all. You can do that with a couple of hours of proper work a day. You have 2 or 3 greens, all but 2 or 3 greens running at 16 or 17 seconds. Takes 3 times as much work.
Yep. Well, we have 4 on our greenkeeping staff.
That's dropped off the speed of the greens. Go to Monto for 2 beautiful grass greens. Don't say that. We just played our zone finals there and we won by 100 in our zone finals.
Well, I want to shout out to Joe Franzi. Yes, what a great win for the girls. His wife Deb was in the team that won the Champion of Champion 4s for Tweed Heads. Yep.
One of the few ladies that actually looked after their card really well. got cards in time, faster than anybody else, and everything up to scratch. Brian Pearce is back on. Different games. I was very lucky to be a greenkeeper at Tweed Heads with Johnny Wiper.
Yes.
And we had indoor, but I love grass. Oh, Johnny Wiper's one of the
Best
legends.
Yes,
his old man was the legendary greenkeeper, Huey Wiper, at Palm Beach, Currumbin, which always ran 17, even with the wind blowing down off the beach. Made it beautiful to play there in 17 seconds, 30 knots of wind, and you'd play the Victorians who had no idea what they were doing at all.
That's right.
And it was perfect to play the Victorians at Palm Beach, Currumbin in the Winter Carnival.
So 1 there to Thuringowa. So the score's now 19-9 to Tweed Heads after 16 ends.
Johnny's brother Tony plays out of Gladstone. He got a bit of greenkeeper in all the Wiper family. But I know the old man won a country pairs. He was runner-up to Huey in a couple of country pairs where country pairs were played previous to 88 when there was 36 districts playing in the district sides with no Brisbane. Brisbane played under their own shell of Metropolitan. And
yes, we're getting a few appreciation posts from various people shouting out to their greenkeepers at the various clubs. Gary Walker, who does the grass greens at
Vicky Park,
Rockhampton.
I'm not sure that's how you spell Victoria, but we know you mean Vicky Park.
2 nice bowls from Kate there.
Well, we're 19-9, 5 ends to go. We're up to 2 and over. A fraction of grass. Richard Scott, Marucci, we're running through some greenkeepers now.
Yes.
The 2 greenkeepers that were the most famous were Barry Wiggett and Dennis Marnie. They were the be-all and end-all of the greenkeepers at one stage. Because not only were they rated as the stars of greenkeeping, they won the state pairs a couple of years in a row. So they could roll the bowls as well as get the green ready.
Yes.
I actually played with them one year.
So a good bowl there by Lynsey. Not sure whether it's shot or not. Very close for shot.
It's made it that she's not looking forward to losing a lot, is it? She can afford a couple of 1-down ends at this stage of the game. But saying that, she's not thinking of playing for a 1-down end.
Just draw the shot instead.
Wriggle off that. Hardly needed to wriggle off it.
No.
She may have feathered. Just draw a front knocker.
I mean, I think the girls here have to try and do something to clear out the front bowls. They've got the bowls behind. What would you be playing here, Jim?
I'd be getting ready to go to the bar. Seriously, don't think we can beat Claire Turley and Lynsey Clarke the way they're playing. No, obviously we've got to get it out of there.
Absolutely, that's it. Wendy's saying.
You just want to bump it on to get it back a metre, but that's a very hard shot. we would be putting it into next week, I think.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. You had a bit of a hole there.
Well, they can't have played it any better than that. Can't have played any better than that and didn't get anything like a result.
But she's now got 3 bowls behind, Wendy.
And we've got Capella 6 in front, and I see they've got a toucher.
You've got 1 or 2 on the head over there.
There might only be 1, but...
Good covering bowl there by Claire. Lindsay's pretty happy about that.
Same shot, a bit more weight. I think that was the instruction. Something like this. It's coming into view now, Wendy. There.
Oh, perfect. Back for 2 shots.
Well, it's getting to the stage when Cohen has to play something on the next door rink too. There's only 4 ends for them to play after this end. If they're 7 behind, fantastic shot again. Falls down, it might be shot.
Great bowl, Claire.
See, Lindsay's trying to get it to fall. She's done all sorts of calisthenics to try and get it down.
I mean, on the screen it looks as though it could be shot, but as you know, that's a better view of it. Yeah, if it falls over, it might get shot.
We want Jack High. The Afghan's got something to say.
Yeah.
Now, one of your mates, Afghan, I mean Peter Leon, was Roscoe. He was a pretty handy greenkeeper. I remember we took his belt off him one time and his belt was taller than him. That's how we measured how high he was. She likes it. She's given it a good run along. That's why she likes
fantastic.
it. That's why she likes it. Give it a good run along. Cohen's thrown his hands in the air. He's missed by 2 foot again. Might only be 1, but the inevitable's getting closer. Gives the mat a bit of a chuck behind the back to the thing and sit on the seat and drop his rag.
He did.
Not a good indication of body language.
No.
Roscoe was very good on the roller, yes, Peter. There's that story about him jumping off the second balcony into your swimming pool that emptied it. It's another good one. I wasn't there to see that. Whether that one was true or not, I'm still not sure.
There's probably some truth.
Here she comes again. Here she comes again.
That was 1 shot to the Tweed girls, leading 20-9 after 17 ends.
The Newmarket greenkeeper. Newmarket was where Lance Wood played. trying hard. Hang around a bit.
Right.
Not that far away. Peter Leon's trying to think of Norm's last name. That was the greenkeeper they're talking about from Newmarket.
Norm Lewis.
I don't know the...
Greg Rolls is...
Norm Lewis,
yeah.
Greg Rolls says. Shillo goes okay as well. Well, Shillo got trained by Marnie and Weggett, but he's starting to forget it. When the greens at Salisbury would run 17 or 18 in the Salisbury singles. Peter Leon's trying to think of Big Fink, I think. Horse that won the Melbourne Cup.
Think Big.
No, his was Big Fink. Jacob hits another head, got rid of a couple of their shots. There's still one down. We'll call that a failure from Lynsey. She hasn't bowled one that far away for a fair while. You got to pick your chances to pick a failure in these girls. Because they don't fail very often.
They don't. No, that's the difference. They seize the opportunity.
Yes, young Peter. Alex Matthews there. I forgot to mention Alex Matthews. Yes, Big Fink was Cole Mackay. I know that, young Leon. I just couldn't bring myself to say it.
We've got Hannes van Eden watching from South Africa.
Well, they've hit one. Kane didn't like being down. 4 ends to play. I'm going to have to go and chase Brian down soon because I'm going to have to get some medals and things ready at some stage or other.
Yeah, I think they were having a meeting.
At 2 o'clock. I'm having too much fun here talking about things that happened in the old days.
Yeah. Well, a lot of
the
people have joined in.
I've mentioned that Big Fink one, and I've already got 2 surprises about that one. That was a very funny story that can only get told at the bar. This is probably our quietest end we've had for a while. And look at that. Kane just bowled a bowl nearly a metre away at lead. This is the end of day 4. We're getting tired.
Yes.
We've just got we're 11 shots behind and we've played a couple of tired bowls.
That's a very nice bowl from Claire coming in for shot.
That's the winner. I've lost track of Timmy Smith's game, but he was calling on them, but he's 6 behind now.
Yeah, he got back to within 3. But they've pulled away.
Kerry Green's starting to throw a few comments around now too.
Good afternoon, Kerry.
Well, there's a track between all those bowls.
There is.
Track between all those bowls without touching anything. How quick is it? It was an attacking shot with a bit too much grass. Bit too much carpet, should I say.
Thanks, Kerry.
Fair track.
How's the weight? Oh, yeah.
Got a bit of that one. Got a bit of that one will help it.
In for shot. Ten shots the diff with 3 ends to play.
We've got the mat back. Put it back in the sun. We've got the sun out to the 6 foot line now. Right where she's standing. Well, we're 10 behind, 6 behind, 8 behind, 8 behind. Well, something's got to happen for the teams that are behind. Like draw one right on the jack.
Great start, Kate.
Fantastic shot. Bit heavy looking across here. It's not actually touching.
No.
It looked like it was touching. Oh well, it looks like I've blown my 50. Yep, your 50's down the gargle. Just be a matter of collecting it off you would be the problem. Don't mind winning 50 in a bet, but collecting the 50 is going to be the hard part.
Yes, Michael Brindle, the Tweed girls, if they win this, which looks like they should, it'll be their 3rd year in a row. So you think of all the games and all the games they've won, well, each year to get to the final and win it.
Tweed got one at 19.9. Ronnie Mitchell, 4 days of constant pressure seem to be telling on the Thuringowa girls. 2 out of 2 gold medal playoffs is no mean feat.
And they've played very well, Ron, all the way through. They've really, really played well, and thank you for the birthday wishes.
And here she comes again. She's not that tired.
No.
Yes, all the losing rinks are on 10, and they have to produce something really quickly. Seventeen, 17, 18, 18 for the end stage of things. End of this end here, I'm going to have to do a runner or we won't have a presentation.
Oh, have we got someone?
They're all still inside in the forum. I'm sure you'll handle it all by yourself.
Well, it can just be Robbie and me.
For a couple of ends.
We've done that before, Robbie.
Not a bad home there. If it was earlier in the game, it's got to be on the jack now or nothing. That's the only problem.
So Thuringowa holding a couple of shots there. And there's another good bowl coming in from Kate.
Great shot.
Toucher this time. She must have heard you, Jim.
Yep. It's the time of the day when you must be on the jack, not just behind the jack or whatever. We have got to draw them on the jack and hope they miss. Give them the opportunity to fail. If you call this a failure, it might be short.
Yeah, that's ended up just over a metre short.
Don't know how many Timmy Smith scored over here. 6. He needed 6. He's 6 behind on the scoreboard. So that's when you say you've got to make your move.
He certainly made a move there. So they're all square at the 18th end.
Well, it depends whether the scorer's done the scores right, because Robbie thinks he hasn't been.
Oh, okay.
16 all on 18, it says on the board.
So Thuringowa holding 3 shots there. I'm sure Lynsey will be looking to affect that little trail to that group of bowls she's got behind. Just sit and stay or trail the jack.
We're nearly to the stage of riding PK and Timmy Smith off. But they bounced a 6 on 4th last end to level up.
Well, I think it was Kurt was telling me he played Ryan Digby and Tom Blasick in the zone playoff, and they ended up getting a 6 on him to to win that zone playoff.
Okay. Oh, well, Kurt wouldn't be game to tell me that.
Another nice shot in there by Wendy. Thuringowa holding 4.
Well, 6 and a 4. 6 and a 4 for Thuringowa would make this game interesting
It would.
Yeah, well, this is going to cut some out. All of them. No one might go yet. Might get through the gap. Got through the gap.
Still might be 4. 3 or 4.
Yes, we're going to say 4.
Wendy's going behind with this one.
I think you've got to. I think you've got to try and score as many as you can.
Yes.
Wendy. Even if you hold this 4, you've got to get 2 3s. It's not time to minimising the damage at the moment. If she's 4 down, she might run at that yellow bowl on the left-hand side. She might clean them all up.
She might well do.
If she runs at that yellow bowl on the left-hand side and hits it, something good's going to happen for her. And she's got a bit of leeway to come across to hit the jack. Here we go. She's going to draw down like she just played. Played it very well too. Just gets inside that yellow bowl now for nearly a toucher.
Absolutely brilliant bowl.
Don't know whether it... Oh, it is shot.
Yeah.
Not only... Yeah, she didn't have to run at that yellow bowl, did she?
No. Well, the score for Thuringowa just went from 10 to 9. Tweedheads went to 19. Now it's gone to 21 on the scoreboard over there.
It's back.
It's back to 10. So 21-10 on 19 ends.
Well, I better do a runner.
Okay, thanks so much.
Not a problem.
Jimmy.
I'll go and see what's happening with the rest of them.
Okay.
Thanks, everyone. Bye now.
Is Robbie mic'd up there? How good was that bowl of Lynsey's that make, you know, if Thuringowa had picked up, kept those 4 shots, it gives them a little bit of a sniff at picking up some multiples on the last couple of ends, but now they're looking at trying to peg back 11 shots over 2 ends. Makes it a little harder to do.
Yes, that was a great bowl of Lynsey's to get that shot. And Jimmy was saying that she's going to have a run at the yellow.
Yeah. Thanks so much, Dion. I am actually feeling all the birthday love sitting here.
Kate found the line, just a little bit short on that
tad
way.
Short, yes. Claire goes in for shot with a little help from her front short bowl.
Oh, she put it there for a reason
I
before.
must have done,
yep.
Robbie.
Yep, that's what she'll tell people.
Yeah.
Kate's looking pretty good here. Just a tad quick. The carpet's certainly drawing on both hands still, Chris, isn't it?
It is, yeah.
It's actually a very kind draw. But you've got to trust what you see, though.
Oh, absolutely. And you look at the quality and the calibre of bowls that's been played in this game. Yeah, that's a reflection on the green itself too.
So it makes you want to get out there and have a roll on it, really.
Yes.
It just looks so nice. It's just such a beautiful arc on it.
Lynsey coming in here for second shot.
It's actually close to shot.
Oh, this is a
Oh,
great bowl.
Was close to
Yeah,
shot until
well
that
done,
one.
Wendy.
Wendy's played some really good bowls in this game.
She has throughout the last
Yep.
4 days.
The scoreboard really belies how the game has been going.
Exactly.
But that's what we've found over the last few days, that sometimes the scoreboard doesn't give you a true indication of how tight the game was.
Very much so. We've got Mr. Brian Marshall.
Oh, I think he expects me to give him the mic over the headset.
No,
again.
I think I'll be passing over to Brian now.
Oh, that's a
And-
scary thought, Chrissy. You've got a much nicer voice than Brian.
And so I'd like to pass over now to Brian Marshall. And thanks, everyone.
And thank you, Chrissy. Kerry, just in time to see your comment, mate. How are you, champion? So, what a game we've had, eh? I've just been tied up in a forum, had a great meeting. Very enjoyable. So, we've got a couple of pretty good games going on out there.
Oh, you've just disappeared.
No, I'm still here, mate.
You were a bit louder before.
Yeah, well.
I think I've just gone.
Yeah, you're gone, mate. I can hear you. You're all right. Yeah, but you've got the wrong headphones on, mate. You got the wrong headphones on, mate.
No, I've got these ones on because I'm commentating with you.
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
Plain as day. Just see where. Oh yes, the yellow bowl there. So a couple of, probably one down by the looks of that there, Robbie.
Yes, there's only the one.
Yep. Been a good game.
It has. It's been a very good game. Some of the heads have been chopping and changing around, bowl after bowl. It's been very, very good to watch. Good quality.
G'day, Trent. Mate, I've got a couple of ladies just in front of me at the moment. Trent, it's there on the left-hand side of the screen, mate. Capella Bar 18, Algesta 10 on 17. It's on the left-hand side of the screen there, Trent. Yeah, mate. So still just the one shot there by the looks of it, as we see Katie on the mat at the moment. Not going to be too far away from this, Robbie. Is she going to sit inside that? Not quite.
No, she's just nudged Lynsey's bowl into a better spot there.
Well, it has gone to a better spot there now. Like if Lynsey can play that in the backhand and just crack an egg on that, she well, she may even just look for the draw really down there, Robbie. She can make 2 or 3 shots there on the forehand.
Well, it will draw around that front bowl.
Yeah.
And we've seen it regularly over the last few ends, coming down and it's swooping in a little bit on that side. And the way Lynsey's playing at the moment, I wouldn't put it past her to draw a touch through there for 3.
Oh, she's been playing great bowls, hasn't she?
Absolutely.
You can see the waves down there too, and Nogra both locked up at 16 all on 18 ends.
Well, the Waves picked up 6 on the last end they were 6 behind.
Oh, okay.
And, now it's 16-18. It was 16-10 before, and they picked up 6 to make it 16 all. I see Nogra just picked up another 2.
Now, Lynsey, she's not too far away from this, mate. Look at this for a bowl from Lynsey Clarke. What a bowl.
Oh, I expected her to draw that back through for 3. I was disappointed.
Yeah.
It was only a quarter of a revolution that she was out. That was it. That's an excellent attempt. And that's why she's Lynsey.
Yep. 100% correct.
And that's why she's got one hand on the gold medal for the 3rd year consecutively.
Well, that's one mean feat, as I just see Peter Leon, the old Punty, saying there, mate, in the comment there. It's a pretty true statement, that Punty, 3 in a row. Some mean feat, mate, particularly when you got to win the event out of Tweed Heads Bowls Club, which is a very, very strong club. To even win it there, let alone go on and win district and then zone. Absolutely Unbelievable. Should be out now, I think, Dion. I will find out for you and let you know in the stream tomorrow, mate, but I'm pretty sure they should be out now, Dion. Okay, Lynsey, second bowl, what you do? Play a positional bowl. I've got a bloke here who wants to hit you. They're pulling pin now, mate. So there we have the winners of the gold medal. They're shaking hands now. Is CLUB TWEED, Lynsey Clarke and Claire Turley. Yeah, that's right. So what a great game. With that, ladies and gentlemen, the girls over there are pulling pin over there. The bronze medal match, Bargara 21, Pine Rivers 10. And the men's match on 18 ends is Capella 18, Algesta 12, and on the 19th end. So, with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'll conclude today. We're back on air tomorrow morning at 8:30 for the singles. 8:30 or 9 o'clock tomorrow? 8:30 for the singles, and we've got some great matches coming up there. But this wonderful event, ladies and gentlemen, could not be brought to you. It was not for the sheer generosity of these wonderful sponsors, of course. Absolutely fantastic. Yeah, it's been a great game, hasn't it, eh? So everybody's enjoyed it. Of course, the 2024 Bowls Queensland Champion of Champions is proudly supported and sponsored by Bundaberg Regional Council, Bargara Bowls Club, Bioscapes Group, Sandhill Sports Club, Ross Gray Motor City. We thank them very much for their generosity. And of course, Bowls Queensland is always supported and sponsored by Mullins, Malden Law, Queensland Government, BCIB Insurance Brokers, Asset Sports, J. Carroll Club Promotions, and the Bioscapes Group. We thank them very much for their generosity and continued support of our great game. So, looks as though, as I said, still the bronze medal match still going on over there. It's 18-16 to Enoggera up over the waves at this stage. And of course this game here, 18-12 to Capella Bar over Algesta. So with that, ladies and gentlemen, we'd like to thank you for your patronage today. And we look forward to tomorrow morning, as we said, 8:30, the singles start, the champion singles, the blue ribbon event. So on behalf of Robbie Allen and the commentators you had during that game, so I've been in an open forum. I said thank you to Chrissy Pavlov, birthday girl, doing some commentary. Fantastic to have the aspect from there. And of course, tomorrow morning, first up, we've got Brett Wilkie versus Robbie Hammond. Should be, what a great game that's going to be. 3 games tomorrow of singles, starting at 8:30. Should be an absolute cracking day here, ladies and gentlemen. On behalf of Robbie Allen and myself, Brian Marshall, and a big thank you to Kurt Brown, Jimmy C, and of course Wendy Wilson and everybody that's contributed to the commentary team while we've been here. And that's the scores there, all up to date, as you can see. The Waves 16, Enoggera 18, Bargara 21, Pine Rivers 10, and of course Capella Bar 20 now, Algesta 12 on the 20th end. So tomorrow morning 8:30, ladies and gentlemen, enjoy your bowls and support your club.